Do you want to master fingerstyle guitar? Well, then you just found your home channel. Today's play-along fingerstyle lesson is the classic Everybody Hurts by R.E.M. Not only is this song fun to play, but it's got one of the most important fingerstyle patterns you need to learn if you want to master fingerstyle guitar. So get tuned up and let's have fun learning Everybody Hurts. So remember that all important fingerstyle pattern I talked to you about? Let's go ahead and get into it. So this is one of the most important fingerstyle patterns you're going to learn if you want to master fingerstyle guitar. So it involves all 4 of your fingers that you're going to use for picking, starting with thumb, going to index, then middle, then ring, and once we get down to the bottom of the guitar, we're going to go back again from ring to middle finger, back to index, and back to thumb again. But the reason that Everybody Hurts facilitates this so well, we actually have chords that use all 6 strings, we have chords that use 5 strings, and we even have chords that only use 4 strings. So it really gives you a chance to work on your spatials with your fingering. So let me start with the very first chord, which is of course a D major chord, and you're going to go ahead and start with your thumb on the 4th string, index on 3rd, middle on 2nd, and ring on 1st. Start with the fingers on the strings ready to go. You do not want them floating in the air, not knowing where to go. You need a physical reference point on how you start this. Thumb on 4, index on 3, middle on 2, ring on 1, and then I'm going to go backwards when I go middle on 2, index on 3, and thumb on 4. So what that looks like in full motion. Again, emphasizing every time I come back to this pattern going down towards the floor, I am preparing the fingers ahead of time. That way I know that they're there. Now, this song probably seems very repetitious, right? And that's because it is. We are playing a fingerstyle version of the backing guitar without the melody, and all the other stuff in the band. Don't take that repetition for granted. There is no substitution for repetitions in fingerstyle guitar. So don't take the repetitions for granted. Put your time in, and I promise you it will pay off. So let's keep going with the intro. So we started with the 4-string D chord, and now you immediately go to a 6-string G chord, right? And so now everything spreads out a lot. That's what I love about working on this song as a study for fingerstyle, as well as how fun it is to play. Thumb on 6, index on 4, middle on 3, then ring skips to 1, middle on 2, index on 3. Let's put that into motion. Last but not least, let's get to the 5-string chords in this song and learn how to play those correctly. So when we come across 5-string chords like C, like A minor, and like A major, we're going to be dealing with thumb starting on the 5th string. And this is going to be the first time where instead of fully rotating all the fingers, you're going to have some repetition of the thumb. Despite the fact that we want to rotate constantly with the fingers in order to be fluid with fingerstyle, thumb is the one finger that can actually repeat strings consistently. Your thumb is your bass player. Okay? That kind of thing. So thumb can jump around and play some bass. So if I'm playing the C chord in this song, I'm actually going to start with my thumb on the 5th string, but it's going to come down and also play the 4th string. Then index goes to the 3rd string, and then I'm going to skip to the 1st string with ring and start to go backwards from there. So let me do that again. Thumb on 5, thumb on 4 as well, then index on 3, and ring finger jumps down to 1, middle on 2, index on 3. So that's how you're going to play your 5-string chords in Everybody Hurts. If you want to learn guitar to play well, you gotta suffer the bar chords. I know they're hard, but let me give you a few pro tips. So let's start with the idea that our bar finger is our first finger, and in this song we're playing F sharp and a B minor chord. Start with your bar finger on, let's say, let's just move it up to about the 5th fret, somewhere in the middle of the guitar neck. And just try to lay it down as close as possible to the fret. Try to just bar 2 strings at first. And then play them, make sure they're both clear. And get your fingers situated so that you can do that. All right, well, if that feels pretty easy, let's try another string. And then you'll feel that you have to use a little extra pressure and some extra muscles to pull this off. But take the time to set it up and sort of feel the extra muscle that you have to use to get there. And then we go to 4 strings, of course. And that's going to feel a little bit more difficult. Take your time and just let your finger lay flat as you can. And really just try to get all 4 of the strings clear. Then go to 5 strings. And then, of course, go to 6 strings. So if that still feels really hard, feel free to move the bar up closer to the, a higher part on the neck. It's a little bit easier to grip. And then you can sort of slowly work your way down with the exercise we just did until you get to 1. All right, everybody, I hope you really enjoy learning Everybody Hurts by R.E.M. Remember, don't take the repetitions for granted. There are no substitutions for repetitions. You gotta have them if you want to be good at fingerstyle guitar. Please drop me a comment about anything that I explained in this song. Thanks again for stopping by my channel, and have fun playing guitar this week. I'll see you on the next go-around. Have a great